My friends, my brothers, my sisters, listen carefully. The clock is ticking, the sands are shifting, and the veil is being lifted. We stand at the threshold of a moment that will not come again. March 29th, mark it, remember it, because it will mark you. The world thinks it is moving forward, but the unseen hand is drawing the lines of destiny. Some will rise, some will fall. Some will step into their calling, and others will walk away. The path is narrowing, the test is coming. And what you do on that day will decide what happens in the days to come. You were not born for comfort, you were born for purpose. You were placed in this time, in this season, not by accident, but by divine appointment. The question is, will you answer the call? Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Those who have eyes to see, let them see. For the time of decision is upon you. And what happens on March 29th will not only shape your fate, it will reveal it. Time moves forward, but there are moments when history is written, when destinies are decided, and when the course of your life is determined by a single choice. March 29th is not just another day, it is a divine crossroads, a moment set apart, a day when the unseen hand of God will move, and those who are awake will recognize it. The path ahead is being drawn, and the decision you make on that day will determine where you stand in the days, months, and years to come. Throughout history, there have always been moments of divine appointment, moments when God calls his people to stand, to act, to step into what they were created for. Noah had a moment when he had to decide whether to obey the voice of God and build the ark, even though the world mocked him. Moses had a moment when he had to decide whether to return to Egypt and confront Pharaoh. Esther had a moment when she had to choose between silence or stepping forward, risking everything for the sake of her people. These were not ordinary moments. These were divine crossroads. And the choices they made did not just change their lives, they changed history itself. March 29th is such a moment. It will be a test, a trial, a refining fire that will separate those who are truly called from those who merely speak of calling. Many will go about their day as if nothing is happening, unaware of the weight of the moment. But those with eyes to see will know that everything is shifting. The spiritual realm is moving, the lines are being drawn, and those who hesitate, those who waver, those who remain caught between two opinions will find themselves lost in the storm that follows. The choice will not be an easy one. It will require faith. It will require boldness. It will require a breaking away from fear, from comfort, from the voices of the world that say, wait, stay, do nothing. But those who choose rightly, those who recognize the magnitude of the moment, will step into their true purpose. They will walk the path that was ordained for them before they were even born. It is a moment that will demand action. The door is opening, but it will not stay open forever. The window of opportunity will pass, and those who fail to act will look back with regret, realizing that they stood at the crossroads of their destiny and chose the wrong path. Every great move of God has come at a cost. Every breakthrough has required sacrifice. Every calling has required a decision. March 29th is not about fear, but about readiness. It is not about panic, but about preparation. It is not about being caught off guard, but about stepping into what has already been waiting for you. It is about destiny, about purpose, about stepping into the reason you were placed on this earth. It is about knowing that this moment, this divine crossroads, will determine everything that comes next. You are not here by accident. You are not a product of random events, coincidences, or circumstances beyond your control. You were placed in this time, in this season, for a reason. There is a purpose to your existence, a divine calling upon your life that has been written since before you were born. But the question is not whether you were chosen. The question is whether you will step into what you were chosen for. Every generation has those who rise to their calling and those who shrink back. The difference is not in their ability, not in their background, not in their strength or knowledge, but in their willingness to say yes, to answer the call, to walk forward in faith, even when everything around them says it is impossible. To step out when fear whispers to stay where it is safe. The chosen are not chosen because they are the strongest, the most qualified, or the most prepared. They are chosen because they are willing to go when the call comes. There is a time for preparation, and there is a time for action. There is a time to wait, and there is a time to move. Those who understand the times will not miss their moment, but those who hesitate, those who doubt, Those who wait for perfect conditions will watch as their opportunity passes them by. Throughout history, those who have stepped into their divine calling were never the ones the world expected. They were fishermen, shepherds, tax collectors, slaves, prisoners, and outcasts. But when the time came, they answered. They understood that the moment was not about their strength, their qualifications, or their ability. It was about obedience. You have been placed in this moment, in this time, in this world for something greater than yourself. There is something that only you can do, something that only you were designed to accomplish. And if you do not step into it, it will not only affect you, it will affect everything connected to you. There are people whose lives will be changed if you step into your calling. And there are people who will remain in darkness if you refuse. This is not about personal ambition. This is not about success. This is about purpose, about eternity, about stepping into the reason you were created. There will always be reasons to delay. There will always be obstacles in the way. There will always be voices telling you that you are not ready, that you are not worthy, that someone else is better suited for the task. But the calling does not go to those who feel ready. It goes to those who are willing to trust, to step forward even when they do not have all the answers, to walk in faith even when the path is unclear. The time is coming when you will have to choose. The time is coming when you will have to decide whether to remain where you are or step into what you were made for. The time is coming when you will see clearly that you were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were chosen for something greater. There are moments in history when the heavens shift, when the unseen realm moves, and when those who are awake can sense that something is about to happen. The world goes on as if nothing is different, as if everything will continue as it always has. But those who are discerning, those who are tuned in to the voice beyond the noise, will know that a prophetic shift is taking place. They will know that nothing will remain the same after this moment. Every great movement of God, every great transformation, every rise and fall of nations has been preceded by a shift in the unseen realm. Before the flood, Noah received the warning, and while the world continued as usual, he knew that the time was short. Before Israel was delivered, the plague struck Egypt, and while Pharaoh hardened his heart, Moses knew that a shift was taking place. Before Christ came into the world, a voice cried out in the wilderness, "Prepare the way of the Lord." And though many ignored it, those with ears to hear understood that history was about to change. This is such a moment. There is a shift happening that cannot be seen with the natural eye, but can be sensed by the Spirit. The world will call it coincidence. The world will say it is just another day. But those who are attuned to the movement of God will understand that a divine appointment has been set. They will understand that March 29th is not just another date on the calendar. It is a marker in the spiritual realm. It is a moment where destinies will be revealed, where paths will be chosen, where the future will be shaped, but not everyone will discern it. Many will walk past the moment as if it were nothing. Many will ignore the signs, the warnings, the whispers that say, "This is it." They will continue in their routines, waiting for another time, another opportunity, another season. But those who are awake, those who are seeking, those who are listening, will recognize the shift. They will see the patterns, the signs, the events that all point to something greater unfold. And because they recognize it, they will step into what was meant for them. A prophetic shift is not just about what is happening in the world, it is about what is happening in you. When God moves, he calls. When he shifts the times, he prepares his people. And those who discern will know that they cannot remain the same. The doors that were once closed will begin to open, but only for those who are ready to walk through them. The assignments that were once distant will come into focus, but only for those who are willing to step forward. The voices that have been silent will begin to speak, but only for those who have been prepared to listen. There will be those who see the shift and walk into their purpose, and there will be those who miss it, who look back one day and realize that they stood at the edge of destiny and failed to recognize it. The difference between the two is not knowledge, not status, not ability. It is discernment. Those who understand what is happening will not hesitate. Those who are awake will not miss their moment. Those who are willing to move when the shift comes will step into the very reason they were created. The world is entering a time of testing, a season where everything that can be shaken will be shaken. Many have built their lives on things that will not stand, on foundations that look secure but will crumble when the pressure comes. The easy days are fading, and what is coming will separate those who are truly prepared from those who have merely been spectators. This is not a time for passivity, for comfort, or for compromise. It is a time for decision, for standing firm, for being ready when the test comes. Throughout history, moments of testing have come to refine, to expose, and to prepare. When Israel stood at the edge of the promised land, they were tested. Would they believe what God had said, or would they be overcome by fear? When the disciples followed Christ, they were tested. Would they stand with him when the crowds turned away, or would they run when the pressure increased? When the early believers were persecuted, they were tested. Would they hold to their faith when it cost them everything, or would they deny what they once proclaimed? The same test is coming again. It will not come with a warning. It will not wait until you feel ready. It will not allow time for hesitation. It will come suddenly, and when it does, your response will reveal who you truly are. The world is being divided, not by man, not by governments, not by earthly systems, but by a higher purpose. There are those who will stand, and there are those who will fall. There are those who will walk in their calling, and there are those who will shrink back. And when the storm comes, it will expose what was hidden. The time of testing is not about destruction. It is about revealing. When gold is placed in the fire, it is not destroyed, it is purified. When a tree is shaken, only what is weak falls away. The test will come to show what is real and what is not, what is lasting and what is temporary. Those who have built their lives on passing things will watch as everything they trusted in crumbles. But those who have been prepared, who have been steadfast, who have set their foundation on what is unshakable, will endure. It will not be easy. There will be moments of pressure, moments where it feels as if everything is against you. There will be voices that tell you to give up, to compromise, to walk away from what you know is right. The world will mock those who stand firm. It will call them foolish, outdated, irrelevant. But the world has always opposed those who refuse to bow. It has always sought to silence those who speak truth. It has always tried to destroy those who will not conform. The test is coming. The shaking is coming. The storm is coming. But those who have prepared, those who have built their lives on what is true, those who have determined that nothing will move them, will not only endure, they will rise. The difference between those who stand and those who fall is not strength, not intelligence, not status, but preparation. Those who are ready will be unshaken. Those who have trained themselves to stand will not be moved. Those who have set their eyes on what is greater will not be taken down by what is temporary. March 29th is not just a date on the calendar. It is not just another day in the cycle of time. It is an appointed moment, a revelation of what has been hidden, a marker in the course of destiny. The world moves forward unaware, as if nothing is changing, but those who have eyes to see will recognize that something is being unveiled. This is not about chance, not about random events, but about the revealing of what has been prepared long before this moment arrived. There are times when the true nature of things is made known. A person can walk in the shadows for years, living between two realities, appearing to be one thing while being another. A foundation can look strong on the surface, but when the storm comes, its weakness is exposed. A tree can seem full of life, but when shaken, the dead branches fall away. In the same way, this moment will reveal what has been hidden. It will make known what has been concealed. It will bring to light what was always there but was not yet seen. Every person is given opportunities to see themselves as they truly are. It is easy to believe that you are ready when there is no challenge. It is easy to believe that you are strong when nothing tests your strength. It is easy to believe that you are walking in purpose when nothing has required you to prove it. But when the moment comes, when the test arrives, when the shift happens, all illusions fall away. What remains is the truth of who you are. The question is not whether you have a calling. The question is whether you are prepared to walk in it. There will be those who see this moment as just another day, who will let it pass by as if it meant nothing. They will continue in their routines, thinking that life will go on as usual. But there will also be those who recognize the weight of this time. They will see that this is not just another passing event, but a divine unveiling. They will understand that this is the moment they have been preparing for, or the moment that will show them that they have not prepared at all. This moment will bring clarity. Some will rise into their purpose, and others will realize that they have wasted time. Some will step forward with boldness, and others will shrink back in fear. Some will awaken to the reality of their calling, and others will realize that they have ignored it for too long. The moment itself will not change you. It will only reveal what is already inside you. What happens on this day will not be determined by the circumstances around you, but by the choices you have already made. Those who have built their lives on truth, on purpose, on a firm foundation, will see that they were prepared for this. Those who have spent their time in distraction, in complacency, in waiting for another time, will see that they were not ready. The revelation is coming, and when it does, there will be no more pretending. It will be clear who you are, where you stand, and whether you are ready to step into what was always meant for you.